YouTube channel, I posted a video teaching about hydrogen sulfide, a compound of sulfur. Maybe it's taught in sulfur and this compound, and the teacher, that's one of the compound of sulfur that maybe the teacher will take 2 weeks maybe to teach that, or 1 week, maybe 3 lessons or 4. I was able to teach within maybe 4 minutes, and I believe you're sorted. If you go to my Google channel, Mr. Gaddafi Mango High Chemistry Guru. Now today I want to talk about moles, a concept that I believe it needs some calculator and some calculation. But before we go there, you need you to understand what we're doing. Now, I saw KCSE last year, chemistry paper 1. I saw a question on moles, and I also saw a question, I believe I saw paper 1 of this year today, and I saw a question on moles today. That is the 22nd of November. I saw the chemistry paper 1, and I believe there was a question on mole concept. I saw it, and I wondered, why will they repeat it? Maybe the students are not doing it well. Now I want to explain what simply we mean by moles. Now, when you go to the lab, you can weigh the mass of any chemical in the lab. You can weigh the mass of magnesium metal, sodium carbonate, or whatever chemical in the lab, sodium chloride or any. But you cannot know the number of particles that they have. Now, particles are just like you can see, substances are made of particles. So chemicals are made of particles. For instance, metallic elements like aluminum, magnesium, sodium, potassium are made of atoms. So you cannot know how many atoms are in whatever mass of magnesium you weigh. So you can weigh the mass of magnesium in the lab, but you cannot know how many atoms are there, because atoms cannot be seen by naked eyes. Yes, you cannot see self by your naked eyes. You have to use a microscope, an electron microscope to be able, or light microscope to be able to see cells. So even atoms, for example, metals, you cannot see them by your naked eyes. So you can weigh the mass of any amount of a metal, maybe in the lab, but you cannot know how many atoms are present there, which are the particles. So there's this guy called Avogadro that weighed masses of chemicals and realized the specific mass that contained 6.02 times 23, 6.02 times 10 power 23 number of particles. For instance, let's take magnesium. So he realized the specific mass of magnesium that contains 6.02 times 10 power 23 particles of magnesium. Those are atoms. So that means he called this mass relative atomic mass. So for instance, you don't need to cram relative atomic mass, they're normally provided. So relative atomic mass of magnesium is 24. That means if I weigh 24 grams of magnesium, it contains 6.02 times 10 power 23 atoms of magnesium. So that means I can convert any mass of magnesium to the number of particles. So if I weigh any mass, because I already know that 24 grams of magnesium contain 6.02 times 10 power 23 atoms. What about the mass I'm weighing? And then you cross multiply. So you can convert the number of particles to moles. So students, what is moles? Moles is the mass of the substance that contains Avogadro's number of particles. So, like for example, we have said magnesium, the relative atomic mass of magnesium is 24. So that mass is what we call moles. So that is the mass that contains Avogadro's number of particles. So we say 1 mole of magnesium is 24 grams. So you can be able to convert the number of atoms to moles, the number of atoms to mass, or wherever you want. So that is for today. You can follow for more in my YouTube channel or in TikTok. Thank you.